Welcome back, everyone! This is Geronitis, bringing you Feed the Beast 1710. Today we are starting on episode 32, and today we're going to start working with some more Thaumcraft. Last episode we built Pretty Building, and now we're going to be doing some other things. I am making a Thaumium Grafter. The Thaumium Grafter is just a piece of Thaumium and some sticks with 5 Ordo attached to it. The reason I'm doing this is because I have forgotten about my trees, and it's time to go ahead and get the next version of tree. You can stay there. And so yeah, it's time to do that. Now let's take this. This is the other full one. Yeah, you stay over there for now. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, retrieve 10 levels, 30 levels, and let's see what we get on the Thaumium Grafter. Unbreaking 3. Not what I was expecting to get, but sure, why not? Let's see. This has actually been a long time since I've actually looked at these. There's yeah. I don't think I'm going to have a hard time getting the right thing here. So I'm actually getting some cherries along with, because cherry trees. And so far, no. More wild cherries. Oh, a lemon. We've never had lemons. But we're looking for walnuts, I believe. As I seem to remember. Walnuts? There it is. 1 common walnut sapling. Unfortunately, we need 4 common walnut saplings, or we did in previous versions. So I'm gonna... Oh, no! Oops. I did not mean to break that. Crud. Now I gotta make another one. Alright, hang on. Be right back. Alright, that took a little bit longer than I expected it to. By the way, just for a reference point, I did not make another Thaumium Grafter. Since we're doing stuff with Thaumcraft this time, and I don't want to waste any more charge on my wands, because they're a pain in the butt to have to go recharge, I made some just normal grafters, and I've been just breaking them left and right. So, you know, that's kind of a thing, but, what can you do? Let's see, let's use the Sigil of the Green Grove, which, by the way, I wound up with 5 walnut saplings, so, yeah, keep that in mind. These, were a little bit more fickle. But on the plus side, I will get walnut saplings for every leaf I break now. So, hooray. So now I can go ahead and get myself a couple more of these planted. And we will green grove these. Excellent. And then, of course, the walnut plus silver lime equals chestnut. And chestnut's what we're going for. So now we can leave these things to go ahead and do their stuff. So excellent. This is going to be greatness. Alright, so cycled the bees, got that going. Let's see. By the way, just so you know, I had a bunch of grafters. Just so you know, I had a bunch of grafters. We got lemon saplings, an orchard apple sapling, common ash, and wild cherry. The rest of these are just, well, we'll keep a couple of the silver limes. We got those. Actually, you know what? We'll just toss all of these in here, and I will worry about these later on down the road, because that was just, actually, here, let me throw these grafters in here where I know they will be, and therefore will just, you know, not make more because I already have them, because, you know, brains. Don't ask. Sometimes I just get lost. You ever get lost? Happened to me. Alright, so Thaumcraft. We are going to try to get infusion crafting going on this episode. Okay, I want to try to see if I can get infusion crafting going, because I really want to get myself a better wand. Okay, so now that we've got this together, when we look at the better wands, we're going to need a Silverwood Wand Core, and as you can see, it's done through Arcane Infusion. Okay, so before we can do anything in regards to that, we actually have to make ourselves an infusion altar. Here we go. Infusion. Mystical Infusion. And this takes quite a bit of V to get going. Like, this takes 40 Ordo just by itself. It's Arcane Stone Block, an Ender Pearl, and 4 of any shards. The Arcane Stone Block is actually very simple. It's just smooth stone around any shard. So, let's see. We are going to need 4 here. Then we're going to need 7 more for each of the arcane pedestals. We're going to need at least 6 arcane pedestals, so that's going to be 7, 14, 21. And then, how many did I say before? 4 there, so 24. Oh, no, sorry, 24. It's going to be 31. We're going to need 31 of the arcane stone. Oh, no. 30. We're going to need a bunch. Dadgummit, I can't try to count. This is craziness, insanity, I tell you. Counting. What's wrong with people? Alright, so let's just grab some smooth stone. Let's go into the gems, dust, and dyes and grab... it seems that entropy shards is what we have the most of at the moment, so let's just go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and we'll just do this procedurally because I think that would be best. Alright, so there's 9 there. There, we'll just take 18 total. And then we're going to need, I believe it was like this. And then an ender pearl, which, I don't know, I don't think I have enough ender pearls. Alright, so now we should be able to put this in here. And by the way, you will notice that it said I would need 50 and I only need 36. And that is because I am wearing my thaumaturgist outfit. So, cool. There's the runic matrix. Part number 1 is complete. Alright, so part number 2 is going to be the pedestals. So let's see, we're going to need 7 pedestals in total. So let's see, this is enough for 4. There we go. And there we go. So now we should be able to get 2, 4, 6, 8. Excellent. We'll need more of these in the future, but for now, I think that's all we're going to need. So that's excellent. Part number 2 complete. I hope I have enough V in my wand. I really don't want to have to go charging it again. Alright, so past this, we're going to need the arcane stone block. We've got the runic matrix. We're going to need the pedestal in the center, and we're going to need some arcane stone bricks, which is just these stone blocks in a square. So thankfully, we have extras of these, and we're going to need... actually only 4 of them, so excellent. Alright, so I think we have what's necessary to set up the runic altar. Now, let me see. Runic matrix, arcane pedestals. This is going to require 25 of each to set it up, but that should be okay because I have specifically kept 1 full wand off to the side for the purpose of making this work. So we should be good to go. Let's grab this wand out of here, which actually it's not doing too bad. It's pretty well drained on Ordo, but eh. Alright, so by the way, also in between episodes, I gave myself a way up into my tower. I put myself a travel anchor, and we can jump up in here. I've also worked on the interior slightly. Went with silverwood planks for the flooring here, and some of these silverwood planks are actually painted glowstone. It's not showing it right now, but this one right here is painted glowstone, and so is this one over here. And well, anyway, it's spread throughout the room to keep it well lit. I also decided to go with quite clear glass and elevators. Elevators getting us up and down, quite clear glass, and as you can see right here, this is enlightened quite clear glass. Enlightened clear glass is going to be just normal clear glass, and you smelt it with some glowstone. I spent some time in the nether gathering glowstone. That was no fun whatsoever, but it was a lot easier with my mana blaster, so, you know, small things. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and... wow, that kind of looked funny. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and set this thing up in the center of the room. Let's see, the center of the room is going to be, I think, right there. I set it up like there's... yes, okay, that is... crud. Well, I can't go back down. I can't get down there to get that because then I can't get back up. I didn't actually set an elevator to go down that far. Anyway, but yeah, so that being the painted glowstone... well, actually, yes, I can. Let's just... wasn't planning on doing this way, but why not? That's how I know it's the center of the room without having to pull out measuring sticks. Oh. Seriously, guys, come on. Thank you. Alright, so the pedestal goes in the center of the room. Now, I always try to get this backwards. When you're putting this together, the bricks... Okay, the bricks do go on the bottom. Okay, that's good. So then we're going to put a brick here, 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 and here. Then the... Okay, I was about to say, don't tell me I only have 3 out of 4. That would have been horribly upsetting. Put that together there. And then, now, the way it shows it is to have the runic matrix in the center like this, okay? So I'm going to have to use that to build up. And we should be able to then break these away. And that is the basic structure. Now, we're going to right-click it with the wand, and it's going to take 25 of each type. Now, I think this is still going to be affected by my discount. So we have 50 of everything in this one. It says it takes 25 of each. Let's see what it actually takes. And it falls into place. That is so cool. Very nice. I like it. Alright, so, and that left us with 27.5 of each. So, yes, we did get our discount for that. So, that is really cool. Alright. So, when you're setting up your altar, you want to try to make everything symmetrical. Okay, you want to have, if you have like a pedestal over here, then you want a pedestal on the opposite side like this. Okay, the more symmetry you have, the less chance of bad things happening while you're infusion crafting. Okay, so let me just go ahead and place these, and I am 1 short of keeping things symmetrical. That sounds about right, but it should be okay for now. Let's go ahead and continue forward. I don't want to take a chance of not having enough V. I really don't want to have to go charge my wand again. When I go to charge my wand again, I want it to be a silverwood wand, because silverwood wand. Alright, cool. So we have this set up, and that is now functional. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do with it just by itself. In order to do anything with infusion crafting, we're going to need some alchemy ingredients. We're going to need to make... Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to charge my wand. Annoyance. That's okay. So, we need to have basically raw essentia stored in liquid form in order to do any kind of arcane infusion. Alright, so to get that liquid form, we're going to need an alchemical furnace, which is going to be an extra crucible, a normal furnace, and oh, what do you know, some more arcane stone block. What are the chances? Alright, and you know what, let's just get out of here, because nothing I have here is set up for this, and we can work out here where it'll be more useful to do this. Alright, so let's see, we're going to need the furnace, a crucible, and more stone block. We're going to want... I'll stick with 1 of these for now. My grand plan for this is actually going to have 2 of these furnaces going, but for now, we're just going to stick with the 1, because, like I said, we're trying to conserve wand charge at the moment. So, should be able to go ahead and make this. Shouldn't be a problem. That was this, that, and that. And, of course, alright, so it was that, and that, and that. There it is. Alright, so 1 alchemical furnace. Alright, along with the alchemical furnace, we're going to need something to go on top of it, which is going to store it. This is actually the item that burns the items and creates the liquid, but then we need somewhere for the liquid to go, and that's going to require us making these arcane alembics. Okay, the arcane alembics are going to require the V filter, which is going to be just a silverwood plank and some gold. We won't have any problem with that, because in between episodes I went and got the silverwood that was necessary to make the planks that I built the floor of the altar with, the floor of the altar room with. Let's see, I think I'm going to need, we better make at least 3 of these, at least for the moment, just because as we're melting things down, we might need a couple of extra places to store. Now, each of these alembics will only be able to hold one type of V as you're melting it down. What was that? A button. Oh, really? Okay. Sure, that. Oh, cool. It makes 2 per. So, yeah, that's greatness. Here, we'll do that way. So that's going to save us a little bit. I didn't realize it made 2 per. Did it show me that it made 2 per? Yeah, it did, and I just didn't see it. What do you know? All right, cool. So now we're going to need some more gold, some iron, and a bucket. We're going to need 3 of these total, so we're going to need 15 iron, 3 gold, and 3 buckets. And that won't be a big deal at all because we've got plenty of stuff again. Which, by the way, we are building up coal rather effectively. So I've actually stopped keeping the miner going because I'm actually starting to get backlogged on a couple of things, and that's problematic. Alright, so I'm also going to need 9 more for 3 buckets. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can get this going. Do you mind? It'd be really cool if this all works out. I doubt it will, but... Bucket, gold, iron. Alright, how's this looking? That's actually not looking too bad. Let's get the other wand. This one's more drained, I think. Alright, 3 alembics. Excellent. So we are doing very nicely here. Okay, but you can't stop there even. Did I mention that Arcane Infusion takes a lot of setup? Arcane Infusion takes a lot of setup. So once you have this, you have the furnace that's going to burn the items. You have the alembic that's going to hold the stuff that's burned. However, you can't keep it in the alembics. Okay, you actually have to put it in jars for it to be used. Okay, and that's what we're going to need is warded jars. Warded jars are actually very simple, thankfully. Just water, and even if I run out of water, I'll have plenty in the couple of nodes out there in the ocean. So we're going to need lots of glass panes and lots of slabs. So let's see how many we got of those handy. For now, we shouldn't need too many of these. Probably going to go with, I think it's like 6 or 7. Let me see real quick. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. And then we're going to want thaumium wand caps, which is going to require 2 more different ones. So that's going to be a total of 9. So we want to make 9 of these at least for starters. So let's see. We'll make 10 just because. It's only going to be 10 total water, and I need to have a better door system. I keep getting stuck. Alright, so... Or I could make 5 because I don't have enough glass panes. Let's see, 36 water, plenty. Alright, let me grab some more glass, because apparently I just didn't have enough, because brains. Okay, well, I definitely have enough glass panes now. I probably have enough glass panes to last me for a while. Alrighty. So, is that it? Nope, still not it. We need to go one more step. We're almost ready to start messing with this. Alright, so let's see. I don't need that anymore either. Oh, why is clear glass going into machine parts? I don't know. I'll deal with that later. Alright, so we got the jars. We got the pedestal. Not the pedestals. Oh, actually, I do need another pedestal to even that out. We should be alright. Let's see. So the only other thing we're going to need is a way to get the essentia from the alembic to the jar. And there's a couple of ways we can go about this. For the purposes of right now, we're actually going to just make ourselves some glass files. And we're going to do it manually. We will be able to do this automated later, but for now, and I just used all the glass. That's okay, I got more. We're going to be able to do it automatically later, and we're going to have this whole automated setup at some point, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Oh, wow. I only have 10 clay. Note to self, get more clay. Alright, so we should be able to just go ahead and make ourselves some vials. Oh, it's 8 vials each. We don't need that many. Nice. Alright, so now we're going to need some coal to get that particular thing burning. And we're going to need some specific items, okay? We are going to need some various shards, all 6 of the shards. We're going to need a balanced shard, which we have not made yet, but I will show you how to make here in just a minute. We're going to need a silverwood log. Let's see, silverwood log. No, not random blocks, wooden stuff. There we go, silverwood log. You know what, I'm going to bring 2 of these. I probably won't be able to do, yeah, I probably won't be able to do 2 of these right off, but should be alright. Stack of, well, I don't have a stack of that, but that's okay. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, good. Alright, so let's see. Other than that, we are going to have, these are the items that will go on the pedestal, and we're going to need, like I said, 4, 5, 6, 7 total, and ironically enough, I have exactly 7 pedestals with which to put things on, so that's excellent. And we're going to need some Precantatio, which is the magic essentia, and then 9 of each of the primal aspects. Thankfully, since we're going to be bringing these shards over, each of these shards have primal aspects and mana on it, so we should be able to make this all work just the way we have this set up. The only other thing we're going to need, like I said, is that the balanced shard. Okay, now the balanced shards, they're actually fairly simple to make. You can make a bit of a mess making them, but they're actually really easy to make. Basically, you need 2 of each of the primals, 2 of 5 of the primals, okay? And then you need a shard as a catalyst. Now, the shard that is the catalyst is going to be the shard that you don't have the aspect for down here, okay? So if you have Ordo in here, it can't be an Order shard that does it. So if you watch as this is cycling through, you'll notice that whatever kind of shard it is up here, that primal aspect is missing from down here. So you have to make sure that you use a very specific setup. In my case, I'm just going to do this the easy way. I think this is really easy to do. You're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's actually quite simple in my opinion. Each time you toss in 5, the 6th one is the catalyst, and therefore it makes it. I really think, I mean, you're winding up with a little bit of extra stuff here, and unfortunately, you can't like bottle that stuff. It would be really cool if they would like let you bottle it, but you can't. So that's just extra stuff. We can shift right click with our wand to clear that out, and it will basically create some basic flux and some nutty stuff and junk. Alright, so that's just going to float up there. This is going to stay down here, and I'm not going to worry about it because I got what I need. And I'm on my way back to the Thaumcraft house. Alright, so now then, let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and set this up upstairs. This second floor above the runic altar is going to be specifically for this purpose. And let's see, let's go ahead and put this in place. I want... The furnace is going to go right here. And each of the alembics on top like this. And as you pile them on, they will go ahead and stack on top of each other and connect normally. All right? So now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and toss some coal in the bottom here, and it's going to burn the coal to create the essentia. And we're going to go ahead and let's see. So we're going to need how much? We're going to try to do this as efficiently as possible. We're going to need 9 of each aspect and 9 of magic. All right? So that means with 2 of these each, we're going to need 5 shards, and that's going to get us 10 where we need 9. So we put these in here, and as you can see, it's burning it up, and as it burns them up, the essentia is going into the side here, and then as it distills out, it winds up in the various jars. Okay, so since each, not jars, but the alembics. So as you can see, it's kind of hard to see up there, isn't it? That's kind of strange. I can see that it's fire anyway. So now that we have that going through there, we can go ahead and put down our basic jars here. And we're going to go ahead and put these out right like that. Alright, so now as these things get full, we know we're going to have 10 of the fire. And each of these vials can hold, I believe, 8. So when we right click with the vial here, it is going to give us the vial of Essentia Ignis. Okay, we can then take this down here and right click it there, and look, there's the Ignis. And we're back to a stack. So let's go ahead and grab that, except we can't because you can only take 8s. So that's not going to work either. So, okay, fine. We're going to... Wait a minute, if there's 2 there now... Okay, so I'm going to have to double the recipe so that we can actually get it out of there and have it be useful. So that's kind of annoying, but what's the worst that can happen? Alright, so we're going to have a total of 5 again, and that will get us up to 8 and 10. Now, the problem we're going to have is that now that we have more than we need in here, we're not going to get this back up to 8 again. But we don't want to necessarily put in another recipe for that. Okay, so what we're going to do is, because we have excess of this, are we done distilling now? Yes, we are. We're going to shift right click with an empty hand, and we're going to, well, actually, we're not going to do it to the magic because we'll have extra magic. But we will do it with the fire because now we have 4 fire extra, and we don't really need to have that there. We need to leave that open for something else. So we're going to shift right click, and it just voids it, and it disappears. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and get this ready. We're going to do 10 of these and let it burn down. And give me just a minute. We'll be right back when all this stuff is finished burning down and I've got it put out in the jars. So on the plus side, since I'm charging my wand so frequently, it's not taking me as long to make the circuit every time. But that still was a bit of extra time that I didn't want to spend. I thought I could do it, but I forgot about the actual putting the wand together costing so much. Oh well, what can you do? But here we go, Thaumium Embossed Silverwood Wand. Cha-ching! Alright, cool thing about the Thaumium Embossed Silverwood Wand, Thaumium Embossed Silverwood Wand, is that it can hold 100 of each of the Essentias. Vis, 100 of each of the Vis. Alright, so now we actually have basically the 2 wands, the 2 Greatwood wands, but we have it now all together as one. The other good thing about this is, as you can see here, it says 90% average V cost. This one is 79% average V cost. Now that's because I'm wearing the stuff again, so let me swap this out and I'll let you see the actual. Without that, it's actually 90%, and with this one, it's actually just normal 100%. So I'm getting quite a nice discount from using that and from having on my gear. So we are good to go. We now have a Thaumium wand. Yay! I am absolutely horribly sick and tired of charging wands. So we're going to do something else next episode. We're going to step away from Thaumcraft just because charging wands has got me so irritated that I just don't want to do it anymore. In between episodes, I'm going to move this stuff into the Thaumcraft hut. Got to decide what floor I'm going to put it on, but I'm going to move it over there. And next episode, we're going to come back and we're going to get started on a whole new mod that we haven't done before. We're going to play with Pneumaticraft because I have a really cool idea that I am going to play around with. So until next time, this is Jeronitis signing off on episode 32 of my Let's Play series. Like me if you like me, subscribe if you want to see what I get into next, and as always, help spread the gaming. Alrighty, now that we got that all done, which by the way, we're going to have to do something about this. I really didn't anticipate the Void Stone making it so you can't really see very well what's in here. So we'll probably move the jars forward one and put a different backdrop against the walls right here. Because we're going to have a lot of these jars, like a lot of these jars, and we're going to have something that's going to make this more practical. So, yeah, we're going to do something about that, but we have what we need for now. So, basically what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get started making this. we're going to wind up doing something else because I can't spare this many shards. I just don't have that many order shards, and I can't be doing this every time. So what I'll do is I'll probably just use the Thaumonomicon. And if we look in the Thaumonomicon under the different things here in the aspects of magic, if we look under Ordo, instead of using the order shards, if I need Ordo, then we can just look here and see that, well, actually, not that much has Ordo on it, does it? Plastic sheets, not sure what that, an ingot of some sort, shears, an axe, and a sword. So yeah, that should be alright, but we can always burn those up instead, like plastic. I can get as much plastic as I could ever need, but using the shards is not going to be a more desirable thing to do. So, alright, so now, according to the way it says that we need to make this, we are going to be making a silverwood wand core. We're going to have to put one of each shard and then the silverwood log in the center. Alright, so the silverwood log is in the center, which, by the way, you just right-click these on here, and it will place them on, and they will hover there waiting for use. Okay, yep. There we go. So now that we have all that together, always make sure you have enough stuff ready for this because you don't want to make a mistake. A mistake can be very disastrous. So now when you look here and it shows that we're making this, it says that the instability is moderate. Okay, so you have a moderate chance of having something bad happen. Okay, various bad things can happen from lightning can strike you, the player, and damage you. Lightning can strike, not like traditional lightning, but it's Thaumcraft lightning. It's hard to explain. You'll see it here in a minute. It can knock items off the pedestals. It can destroy the items. So you want to keep your instability to a minimum, and you always want to have an extra one of everything on the pedestals so that you can then put it back if it happens to be destroyed. So I've got a headache. I don't know if you guys are seeing that, but the corners of the screen are dimmed, and you kind of hear a little thud, 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 thud. That is a headache. That is one of the things that can happen from warp, and warp, again, is what you get from doing forbidden research. So now, to start this off, we're going to right-click on the runic matrix, and it's starting. Now, and oh man, that really just messes that whole thing up, doesn't it? When you look up here, it shows you which aspects it's working on and which ones it has yet to pull in. As you can see, it's pulling up this way, and lightning just struck something. Oh, there it is. That is the balanced shard. Put it back. So it's taking the Essentia out from up there. Lightning just struck around here again, but nothing is missing. Ah, there we go. And now that it's gotten all the Essentia from the jars, it's sucking the items into the silverwood log and infusing their essence into the log. Excellent. Ding. Fries are done. Excellent. So we right-click on that, and we now have a silverwood rod. Excellent. That works out rather nicely. All right, cool. So let's get back out of here for real quick because we're not ready to do the next part yet. We're pretty much out of time for the episode, but I really want to get the silverwood wand made before we call it an episode. So yeah, we're just going to push on through. A little bit long, won't be very much longer. Alright, so we want Thaumium wand caps to go on the end of this, because Thaumium is the best kind of wand cap at this stage. Okay, so Thaumium nuggets are required. Thankfully, I already have some Thaumium made. Ingots. 2 Thaumium ingots, please. And we should be able to go ahead and make ourselves some Thaumium wand caps. Stop that. Alright, Thaumium wand caps. Uh-oh. Insufficient V. Quick, grab the other wand. I'll be so happy if I make it through all this without having to charge a wand. Alright, so now that we have that, unfortunately these are inert Thaumium wand caps. If you look here, it says inert Thaumium cap. Okay, the Thaumium cap doesn't actually do anything until you, what do you know, infuse it with stuff. Alright, so we're going to need some Salus Mundus, and we're going to need 12 Potentia, and 6 Aurum per cap. So we're going to have to do this twice. So we're going to need 6 Salus Mundus. Salus Mundus is, what do you know, balanced shards if you cook them. Okay, so we're going to need 6 balanced shards. We better go ahead and make it 7 just to be on the safe side, because, yeah, that could be an issue if we happen to have one of the Salus Munduses destroyed. Actually, let's see. During the infusion process. Yeah, it's moderate again, so on the off chance that it's destroyed, we're going to have to get a couple of extras of that. So let's put some more water in here. And let's go ahead and make ourselves some more of these shards. I've got 2 already, so we're going to make 5 more, and then I'm going to grab some stuff. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to do all this, and I'll meet you back at the infusion altar when we're ready to infuse these caps. Be right back. By the way, for those of you keeping track, I don't have enough of the ethereal essences to... I don't have enough ethereal essences to get enough aurum to do the actual infusion. So I'm going to destroy this node here and get some more. Excellent. I think that'll be enough. I needed a total of 12 aurum, and it's 2 per. I only had 7 pieces, so that was kind of my side. Now I know that there's another... the reason I destroyed that node is because that node is sinister, and they spawn monsters, so I'm not really upset about destroying it. So I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to go ahead and break this because it's a sinister node, and I just don't... There's plenty of these to be had, and I need the aurum. So there's that, and I love that thing. It looks so cool from a distance. It may not look that impressive up close, but from a distance it's pretty awesome. I think I might need to change the design slightly, though. I think that the bases, the 6 little small pedestals around the outside edge, I think they need to be a little bit taller to work with that. So, either way. All right, let me melt these down. Actually, I gotta grab some stuff for the Potentia as well. Let me melt these down, and we'll be right back. And with that, we are ready to go. We've got the wand cap in the middle, the 3 Salus Mundus, and go. So the only thing I have to worry about is Salus Mundus being knocked off or being destroyed. Hopefully none of that will happen, but it's always possible. I much prefer it strike me with lightning than anything else, but... Oh yeah, no problem. First try. Excellent. So now you can see that this is now a charged thaumium cap, so excellent. Put that over there, over here, and over here. And let's do it again. If it destroys more than one of these, I am just completely and totally in trouble. Which, by the way, note to be made, if for some reason you get stuck, it will continue to run and continue to cause bad things to happen. If you ever get to the point where you just have to get it to stop, if you just right-click the runic matrix again, or maybe it's shift right-click. I don't remember if it's just normal right-click or shift right-click, but that is how you stop the infusion. And you don't get any items back. You don't get to save anything. It's just lost. So keep that in mind as well. All right, so now that we have that done, let's go ahead and put our wand together. And I'm going to laugh because I'm going to have to go recharge my wand to make this wand. Just watch. Oh, wow. Wait a minute, 54? It can't be 54. I can only hold a total of 50. Oh, there we go. 48.6. Oh, dear. If I combined the 2 of these, I'd have enough. But there's no way, unfortunately, to take from one wand and give to another. So, yeah, that's an issue. Alright, so, I'm gonna go charge my wand. Be right back.